spot, baby. You're in the sweet spot, girl. You're in the sweet spot, darling. It's a magical kingdom in a mixed-up world. You're in the sweet spot, baby. You're in the sweet spot, girl. You're in the sweet spot, darling. It's a magical kingdom in a mixed-up world. Baby, you're in the sweet spot, girl. You're in the sweet spot, darling. It's a magical kingdom in a mixed-up world. It's a magical kingdom in a mixed-up world. It's a magical kingdom in a mixed-up world.
Welcome to our current event show for the Sweet Spot podcast. Ken, how's it going?
Lynn, it is going. I'm so glad to be here. We are going to cover everything that's been happening roughly since August 5th until August 19th. And this time we have our Patreon supporters joining us in the chat room so they can give their 3 cents worth and tell us their thoughts, and we'll put some of those in. I was thinking there really wasn't much happening since we last recorded the current events, Lynn. I mean, no news whatsoever, right? All right. Well, of course, the big news for Disney fans is the Magic Key renewal situation. And Disney finally announced what was going on with that. So, from the Orange County Register, Brady McDonald, the headline is Disneyland raises Magic Key annual prices up to 16%. And it says here, Disneyland will raise Magic Key prices from 8% to 16% when annual pass renewals go on sale to existing pass holders on Thursday, August 18th, which of course has already happened, no earlier than 9 a.m. A new Inspire top-tier annual pass with no park access during the 2 weeks around Christmas and New Year's Day replaces the former Dream Key with year-round access that is being retired. So the dream is dead. The dream is dead, everybody. Oh, wait, no, the Dream Key is dead. Okay. I wonder if they'll bring that back, but it'll be like $3,000 or something. Okay. The new prices for the 4 Disneyland Magic Key passes are Inspire, which is the new top tier one, is $1,599.
Whoa.
Believe is $1,099. Enchant is $699. And Imagine is $449. Magic Key costs will increase $200 for the Inspire Key compared to the former Dream Key, $150 for the Believe Key, $50 for the Enchant Key, and $50 for the Imagine Key, which is available only to SoCal residents. All 4 Magic Keys now offer a 20% discount on the Genie Plus line cutting service. Inspire and Believe pass holders now get unlimited PhotoPass digital downloads. Enchant and Imagine pass holders get a 25% discount on parking at the Toy Story lot when the passes are available for reservations and blockout dates are not in effect. Like the former Dream Key, the new Inspire Key will continue to include parking, while the Believe Key will offer a 50% discount on parking. So existing pass holders can purchase any of the 4 Magic Key passes regardless of their current pass, as long as they are within the renewal window. With a limited number of passes for sale, each Magic Key type can have renewals paused at any time. That's a real possibility with sales of all 4 Magic Key tiers currently paused. As a result, you can expect pass holders to overwhelm the Disneyland website and call center phone lines when renewals start on August 18th, which of course has already happened, and in the days that follow, which is where we are now. No new Magic Key sales will be available at this time while Disneyland prioritizes renewals for current pass holders. And at the end of that article, he does say, the small print in the updated Magic Key contract spells out the rules for pass holders. A Magic Key does not guarantee theme park entry, even on dates when a pass is not blocked out. Pass holders are not entitled to reservations made available to daily ticket buyers. The number of reservations are subject to availability as determined by Disney. Don't expect to find the phrase no blockout dates anywhere in the new Magic Key legalese. And of course, this was covered by Laughing Place and Mice Chat. They've got all the details there. So if you can't read it at the register, you can read it at your favorite Disneyland websites. Yeah, so
Interesting.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
It didn't seem like there was too many changes. I mean, not anything major, right? I mean, we knew prices would go up. The adding of the Genie Plus, you get a 20% discount. That's kind of good. I mean, that's good, right?
Yeah.
The Photo Pass. Yeah, I read somewhere that they said something about where you can't sue them either, something like that. There's some kind of a clause with that.
Yeah, they say you have to go to arbitration.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we have some comments.
Yes.
Debbie had said, I don't have a pass to renew, but I'm looking forward to getting a new one. So they haven't announced when new ones will be, but I have a feeling it'll be in maybe by the end of this year. Maybe the beginning of next.
I mean,
year.
ideally you would want to have them before the holidays, so that people who buy them as holiday gifts, well, can do that.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of people who say, "Oh, that's it, I'm not renewing."
Right.
Now, what people say and what they do are often two different things. We'll have to see.
Well,
what actually happens, in terms of this.
I heard there were hours wait to renew your pass, so that speaks right there.
Yeah, people were online all day waiting to renew their pass, and there are people who will renew seemingly no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter how expensive it gets.
Yeah.
Now, I remember the days. I remember the days. Back in the late 80s, when this all seemed like science fiction. Back in the late 80s, the annual pass, $100 annual pass.
Yep.
It had no blockout dates, but it had no discounts. It covered parking. There was only one tier. There was a season pass, which basically excluded summer.
Yeah.
But other than that, you had one annual pass and no discounts on anything. It was just this laminated little card with your picture and whatever else, and what it did was it got you in without paid parking, and it got you into the gate and nothing else. There was no special merchandise. There were no special discounts. There were no special events. Nothing like that. And when there was no monthly payments either. You paid $100 and that was it for the year. Now, if you used it 5 times in that year, it had paid for itself, But you're getting treated like any other guest.
Right.
And and back in those days there were no blockout dates. You just if you come during a holiday weekend, it might be ridiculously busy, or if you come during the week, it's only open 10 to 6 or whatever, But all it was you get treated just like any other guest, except that, you can visit 365 days a year if you want.
Yeah.
So those were the days, I think. Life was so much more simple back then, back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth.
I had one in the late 80s also, but I don't remember that much about the details of it, but I do remember in the early 90s, well, yeah, like, because then I was worked there 91, 93, but so like 93, I remember that, 94, that then there was like a premium one, I think it was called, or something like that.
They started adding tiers.
Yeah.
But, I heard news about the Magic Key on the radio news.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 80s, no news outlet was going to mention annual passes and what their prices were. I mean, because I guess there were a lot fewer annual pass holders back then.
Well, Disney hardly even publicized it themselves.
Right. Yeah. They hardly marketed it at all.
Yeah.
It probably sold more through word of mouth, where, oh, how often do you come here? How do you come here so often? Well, I'm an annual pass holder. Really? What's that? Okay. That's how they would get sold, is word of mouth. And, so it's going to be interesting to see. I think if Disney could, they would, if Disney could fill the parks with people who are not pass holders, who are just there for the day or the week, they'd do that. I have no doubt that Disney would just say, you know what, we don't need pass. If they could fill the parks consistently without pass holders, they would do it. I think they're trying to find a balance, and I think they're going to raise prices until it gets to the point where, they have the level that they want in terms of how many people are going to show. Because the Disney's use for the pass holders is that they can show up and buy stuff to eat and buy merchandise when other people aren't doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I still think that, I mean, it's expensive, but I still think it's a decent value. I used to say good, now I'd say decent. Yeah, I mean, if you compare it to some of the other, maybe not Knott's Berry Farm, but if you compare it to like Universal, where there's, which I like, but where there's not as many things to do there. I mean, you could do everything, including the shows, within, their hours are like usually like not 10 to 6 or 7. You could do everything in that, and maybe even do a few things twice. So
Disney's the only, Disney's the only one. When you compare like Knott's, Universal, Magic Mountain, Disney's the only one that has 2 full theme parks right there. I mean, Knott's and Magic Mountain, they do have water parks, but those are seasonal. And it's not the same thing as having California Adventure and Disneyland Park side by side. So the annual pass does include both of those parks, whereas the pass for Universal Hollywood, there's just the one park, and Knott's, it's you can get a pass that covers Knott's Berry Farm and their water park, but the water park is only summer. So yeah, it's hard to compare directly.
Yeah.
But and I'm sure Disney would love a lot of pass holders to be dropped off or take Uber or Lyft, and not take up the parking spots,
Well, with their free, or with their parking, yeah. Their discounted parking on some of the tiers that they have. So let me read some of these, because we've got quite a bit. I don't know, I'll probably end up missing some. Let's see.
By the way, folks, if you can do this by being a Patreon supporter, you can join us once a month as we record this, and give your 3 cents. It's got to be 3 cents because of inflation. It can't be 2 cents anymore. So,
Let's see. I'm trying to remember where we left off.
Well, while you're doing
okay,
that,
I got it.
I want to say, by the way, we didn't do this at the start of the show. We are authors of 2 books called Cleaning the Kingdom. Check online for those, and we'll have, this is what we're doing. We're alternating episodes. So we have the current events one week, and then the next week we'll have a main topic episode. And the next main topic episode will be about Tomorrowland. The previous one we did was Disneyland 1972. We did it with Jim Corcus, who's always a favored guest on our show. So subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe at like Apple Podcasts or any podcast service where you can subscribe to the Sweep Spot. So what's that, Lynn? What's up?
So, see, Patrick was saying in language that admission is not guaranteed. So
yeah, it's interesting.
They have to put, Christine,
you're basically buying a right to a discount. That's what you're doing.
Right.
Anyway.
Christine is renewing in a couple weeks. John, trying to be funny here. Any truth to the rumor the Sweep Spot is getting everyone in the chat tonight a key of their own? Ken doesn't even have one.
That would be the dirty key or whatever.
Navy. Patrick said Navy friend who works at Disneyland said the renewal line at the ticket kiosks on Thursday were bad. I imagine.
Yeah. Not surprising.
Michael had responded, bad for customers as in long, or bad for Disney as in short. I wonder. Bob T said, I wonder if limiting passes cuts down on crowding. I don't know. I've heard it's been pretty busy lately, and they haven't been selling new passes now for a while. Let's see. Debbie, I need to go on a pass again. I go mostly solo. Christine, Debbie, hope they reopen sales to get one. I keep waiting for Ken and Lynn to pop through the garbage can on the screen. I said we will do video someday.
We've got the perfect faces for podcasting.
Yes, exactly.
So. Audio podcasting, that is.
John did mention that annual pass holders, they wait hours for a popcorn bucket. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know. So if Disney wants to make money, they just can we get China to mold some plastic into a shape, and then we'll sell it for whatever they're charging.
John said Six Flags says they are raising prices to keep teenagers out.
Yeah.
That's
Knott's implemented a chaperone policy. So
yeah, I saw that. Interesting. On the weekends.
There was too much Toontowning going on over there. So.
For the new pass, due to lawsuit, John said I'll add my 3 cents, and also for Jim's idea on the Disneyland that never was. Yes.
Yeah, if you listen to our previous episode, Jim Corcus gave some suggestions for topics that
Oh, Christy's here. Hey. She says, I'm running the numbers on which pass makes sense. I think Inspire is out. Yeah. It seems like a lot of block updates on that one.
I mean, the bottom tier one, the SoCal one, makes sense if you don't have a Monday through Friday 9 to 5 job, or you can take a lot of time off from it. Pardon me.
Oh, was that the... Wait, I got it mixed up. She said Inspire. Is Inspire the new one that's taking over Dream? I think it is.
The Dream is dead, so now they want to inspire you.
Inspire. Okay, yeah. She said, I was sorry. So I said I was thinking it was the other one. There's too many of these names. Yeah. Why not? All right. I don't know. Interesting. So, if anyone else has comments on that, and we move on, we can always hit it at the end. But I think that we've done some good coverage of it. I think that we'll see what happens. I hope that new sales happen soon for those that want them. And I am curious, though, to see how many people aren't going to be renewing their passes.
Yeah, I wonder how many have dropped away. And but we will have links to all of these stories at our website in the current event show notes at the thesweepspot.com. So if you go there, you can click through and read the entirety of these stories, so you can get all the details if you don't have them already, and you can compare and contrast the passes and see which one, if any of them, work for you. So, all right.
Right.
Well, it's not like they're hurting for money, because as Brady McDonald reported in the Orange County Register, theme park spending up despite lower attendance this summer. And he says recently released quarterly reports from Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, Six Flags, and Cedar Fair paint a financial picture of increased visitor spending despite lagging attendance levels. Was attendance lagging at the Disney parks? Yeah. Disney theme parks have seen increased guest spending as a result of higher hotel rates and the introduction of the Genie Plus line cutting service. Well, sure. If you're offering another service that a lot of guests are buying, so you're getting more guest spending,
more revenue
per capita.
From that.
Yeah. So again, Disney would love it if you had, as opposed to 50,000 guests in the park. If you had, 20,000 guests in the park, but they were all spending much more than that collective 50,000,
right,
then Disney's fine with that. Less wear and tear on everything and more money, So, that's the balance that they're seeking. But that's kind of interesting, because, it's hard to kind of compare the numbers. I mean, things got shut down in 2020, and so you have to compare like to 2019 or things like that. So it's hard to compare the attendance levels. Well, here's let's keep talking about revenue and pricing and all that, and I'd be interested in hearing what the chat room participants have to say. Tying in with all that, at laughingplace.com, they reported price increases on drinks, quick service menu items at Disneyland Resort. So that was a story from August 17th. And as they say, dining locations across the Disneyland Resort, from quick service locations to popcorn and churro stands, are increasing their prices, substantially in some cases. Take, for example, a few items from award winners at DCA. The unbirthday Mickey Ear Hot Bowl with peaches and cream funnel cake fries has increased from $15.99 to $17.19. An all-beef hot dog jumps 80 cents from $8.99 to $9.79, as does the Uptown Chili Dog from $9.99 to $10.79. They ought to get Costco into the resort. Just Costco with their snack stand, where the prices, they hardly ever raise the prices. Just have that there. Over at Flo's V8 Cafe, entrees like the Cobb de Ville salad and the Ramon's Low and Slow Club are increasing by $1, jumping from $10.99 to $11.99, and from $11.99 to $12.99 respectively. So those are just a few of the examples cited in the article. At popcorn carts, souvenir and premium bucket prices are jumping from $11 to $12.25 and $17 to $18.25 respectively. Well, as far as the popcorn goes, they should raise it up to $40. That's what I think. Less popcorn the better.
Oh boy, I bet I haven't checked the chat here in a second.
Check the chat. See what they say.
There's lots of comments on this one.
Price increases. It's to be expected with inflation,
Right. Chris C. said, my friend is retired and the lowest pass level works for her. Oh, okay. Yeah.
These are referencing our previous story.
Inspire churros. Smuggle in your own soda fountain and ice dispenser, Michael said. Prices being raised is the only thing that can be counted on, Christine said. Anyone have prediction? Oh, okay, no. That's off topic here. I didn't know popcorn was evil until I was a regular listener of the Sweet Spot, Bob T said.
That's right. Popcorn is of the devil.
Chrissy, I'm an unfavorable mix, so I eat nothing. Patrick, got increased Cobb salad at Flo's on Thursday.
Yeah.
It's expected, but it's every time it still hurts.
Yeah. There's also something called what's called a stealth price increase. And you might see that at the parks, and you might see it in your grocery store, or even like a fast food restaurant that's outside of the. Like I still remember, I used to drive to. There was a Chinese fast food place close to where I worked, and occasionally I would go there for lunch. And they have those clamshell combo containers, where they put chow mein and then they put the
Panda.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was. That's how I found it. I think it used to be a Panda. I think it used to be a Panda Express location, but anyway, I noticed one day the clamshell. This is before inflation really hit. I noticed the clamshell was smaller than I could just tell by holding it that it was smaller than they used to, and that because a lot of these places have the option. Either we need to raise prices or reduce our portions. And you'll see that in grocery stores all the time. And as long as the packaging accurately reflects the contents, they can do that. It's entirely legal.
Yeah.
You might be fooled because you're not checking the packaging, but it's like, wait a minute, this is actually less. So, and with Disney, Disney's probably reducing portions on certain things, but if they don't want to reduce the portions, they're going to have to raise the prices. So that's just the way it works. I wish I wish there was always an option. Like, give me, yes, I could stand to eat less food, but give me the full amount and I'll pay more. Yeah. Anyway.
Right.
So, if you come see us at the D23 Expo, you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah. So. We will be there, so do drop in if you've got tickets, or if you buy them from a scalper, or somehow sneak in. All right. Anything else in regards to those price increases?
Let's see. Christine said that's why I only get the bucket, no popcorn. I said good.
That's the way to do it. All right.
John, does it cost more without the popcorn? Oh, no, it shouldn't. Or does it cost less without it?
Does it cost less without the popcorn? That's a good question. They should.
It's the same. You just have an option to not have the popcorn. That's ridiculous. Okay.
You know what? Even though popcorns are the devil, get your money's worth.
Yeah.
Get the popcorn. We don't want you to go without your popcorn that you've paid for. All right.
Moving on.
Well, speaking of tasty things, rodent infestation closes Disneyland shop. But don't blame Mickey or Minnie. And Brady McDonald apparently had fun with this story because he's joking about Mickey and Minnie all throughout it. But as he says, the Environmental Health Division of the Orange County Health Care Agency closed a Disneyland retail location on July 29th for rodent infestation, according to county records. By the way, none of these stories that I've covered so far did I find on the official Disney Parks blog. I can't imagine
not
why.
This one.
But not this one, and not the other ones either.
True. We raised our prices.
Yes, they didn't. It's just a mystery as to why they didn't do. The food facility identified only as Disneyland Guide 2. See, I don't think that's a food. I think that's only a food facility in that they sell candy.
Yeah, because
isn't Guide 2 the shop right there by
Lincoln?
By the bank?
Yeah,
it's right there between the train tracks and the bank.
They don't sell much food, do they?
Whatever.
Maybe suckers or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they sell candy or something. So that's why it's considered, So anyway, but it was closed due to imminent health hazards caused by a major rodent infestation in a critical food area.
Critical.
The closure, related to a retail location rather than a restaurant, has been cleared to reopen by the health agency. A health inspector observed rodent droppings in a storage room and the front sales area of the Disneyland shop. When you call it a storage room, it's like a closet. It's not really a room. Disneyland was ordered to remove the infestation, thoroughly clean all affected surfaces, and prevent rodents from entering the retail location. Disneyland staff removed prepackaged food and beverages and discontinued sales until gaps and cracks were sealed to prevent the rodent intrusion. The Disneyland, things have been tough since Toontown was closed, I guess. The Disneyland Guide 2 shop reopened on August 1st after a re-inspection by the OC Health Agency. A follow-up inspection was scheduled for Monday, August 8th. Yeah, I guess the cats are slacking off, or maybe this is a side effect of custodial situations, or maybe it's just something that's part of doing business.
I'm sure it happens
you got
more often than we know,
Yeah, we have a lot of landscaping.
Yeah.
There's a lot of landscaping, and I could go into some details about what happened when they did Star Wars land construction, but that's for another time.
Remember Tom Sawyer Island, the snack bar they had over there?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I remember way back in the day they used to sell milkshakes at the Hungry Bear. And they stopped. I think this is probably the late 80s. Again, going back to the late 80s. Everything ties into that. Great Scott. So they stopped selling milkshakes there, and my parents asked why, and one of the cast members said things kept getting into the milkshake maker. So anyway, I know what the reason is. What?
Well, we have some comments too, but I was just thinking about it. I'll have all those cats there for a reason, but I think the cast members and people feed the cats, so the cats aren't going after the mice anymore. They're like, I want churros and popcorn. I don't want a mouse,
Yeah, they're living high on the hog. They don't need to chase after a rodent.
They get hand fed. So, but we do have some comments on this story. If you're done with it.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say that Laughing Place also covered that. So if you don't go to the register, you can read it on laughingplace.com. But
Michael,
what are the comments?
Any good news tonight?
It's great news if you want the company to have high revenues.
Your stockholder.
The news we've been covering is great.
Expect a Disney knock on the door, Ken. John said.
Uh-oh. Why? What did I do?
Just send in the Disney cats, but that was my comment on that. It all ties together. The mice are eating so much food, they need to raise the prices. Michael said that.
Everything ties in together. It's all connected.
Cats are on summer vacation. Mickey must be munching on candy. Keep the cats hungry. Yeah, that's the problem. I think, but I don't know. I'm not there anymore. But I just remember cast members are becoming really friendly with some of the cats and bringing food and things, and that was 15 years ago. So yeah. There's
before I go further, I don't really have full-blown stories on this, but I wanted to mention Candlelight is the 3rd and 4th of December this year. So
okay.
If you're gonna go to if you want to camp out, there's 2 performances each day, so it's the 3rd and 4th of December. There's talk about doing a Big Thunder movie. So hopefully that'll be more like Pirates and less like Haunted Mansion. And they announced, because the D23 Expo is coming up, by the way, we'll be there, they are going to have more Disney Legends. So if you can look up the list of that if you're interested. I'm not sure what the criteria is. I don't want to get too far into the weeds there, but Disney Legends for people like Chuck Boyajian, Tony Baxter, people who, Fred McMurray was the first one, right? I mean,
yeah.
That all, that's clear cut. These are people who have made ongoing contributions to the company over many years.
Yeah.
People like Sherman Brothers, whatever, just
Tony Baxter.
The 9 old men of Disney. Well, I mentioned him, but you can mention him again if you'd like.
What I want to.
But if you've done like one TV show, unless it's been like The Simpsons, where it's run 34 years, I don't. If you've done like one TV show or one movie, I just don't see, how. I mean, unless the movie's like Mary Poppins, I don't see how you'd be a Disney legend. But anyway, I wanted to move on and point out Mice Chat had updates as they usually do. There was a Disneyland Update Part 1, and this was from Dusty Sage on August 8th, and it said, "Magic keys, please. Early morning magic, and Halloween begins." So, because back then the announcement hadn't been made about the magic keys, so everybody was on pins and needles. And they did an update Part 2. This one was from Nathan Viamore on August 9th, and that was Flying High Over Toontown, Construction and Sweet Treats. Now, have you seen the Toontown construction, Lynn? If you go to this update, you can actually see they've torn up, far more than I thought they were going to. They're like, really, they tore up the fountain areas. They completely tore them up. And there's a lot of dirt. And, I guess they're probably moving pipes and things like that. And I thought about it too. One of the reasons why Toontown just felt so hot, the whole place is made out of concrete, I mean, it's like most of the park, like you go down Main Street and you have, whatever the material is making up the shops, wood or whatever. But, everything in Toontown was concrete. Yeah. So it's just, I don't know. Maybe when it reopens, it'll feel a lot different. But yeah, they're definitely doing more work back there than I thought they were going to do.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. I'm also interested to see that new attraction they're getting. But yeah.
Yeah, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So that'll be cool. There's another Disneyland update from August 15th from Mice Chat that says The Unfavorables, which is a reference to the pass holders. Halloween Screams and Toontown Secrets. So let me just read the intro of this. Welcome to another Disneyland update. Whether you are a full-price ticket holder or one of the newly minted unfavorables. There's an unfavorable attendance mix, I think was the quote. We're glad to have you with us. In today's article, we'll look at what on earth Disney was thinking when they used such disparaging language to describe their magic key holders, the rapid arrival of Halloween, which starts in 2 weeks, and some exciting construction images. So,
right
now, are there any comments that we need to take into consideration from the chat room? Again, our Patreon supporters are there in the chat room if they want to be, and they are chiming in with our updates.
Chrissy said, "More Disney Legends. Are you guys getting a window? You are the number one podcast hosted by former Disney custodians." Yeah.
We are the number one podcast hosted by two former Disneyland custodial sweepers.
Yeah.
They wouldn't give us a window, but they might give us a trash can. How about that? Let's get our names on some
Bob
trash
T
cans.
asked if Toontown entrance to Galaxy's Edge. I don't know.
I don't know.
So.
That's still part of the speculation, but it's probably not going to happen because there's a lot more that has to. It's more complicated than people think.
Yeah.
You know, if you go and take a Google Earth look at it, and it's actually more involved than people think. It's not like you just remove a wall and then all of a sudden there's Galaxy's Edge there. There's a gap. And some backstage buildings and stuff like that.
I see the pictures now. I see that you said, did you mention Chippendales is gone? The treehouse? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder if some people I'd heard on another podcast that someone had said that they were wondering what that would be. It could be some more queue for the because they're going to retheme the Go Coaster, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe a Fast Pass for it or something. I don't know.
Maybe a character meet and greet.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Chip for Chippendale or something.
Yeah.
Interesting. Patrick said, I am an unfavorable and proud of it.
There are people making up merchandise, shirts and stuff related to that phrase.
It's very funny.
Disney fans are quite clever that way.
I think it's great. They didn't need to like was it Dusty that said they didn't need to use that term. I mean, there's
it's an unfortunate phrasing. It really is.
So many other things they could have said in substitute of that just we have a different audience that comes here, crowd or whatever that comes to our park than maybe some of the other parks. Not an unfavorable. John, window on the top of the broom closet. Yeah. Window on a trash can.
Window on a trash can. Yeah, that's appropriate. Let's see how full the trash can is.
All right, Ken, anything else?
I wanted to know what is up for renovation there, Lynn.
I have some. Let's see. Haunted Mansion is down now, and it will return September 2nd for as the Haunted Mansion holiday, and it'll stay that way until probably beginning sometime in January, mid. The Matterhorn is still down. No return time up on their calendar yet. Tarzan's Treehouse, no word on that yet. I wonder if that'll be something they'll mention at D23. Redwood Creek Challenge Trail will return tomorrow. So if you're listening to this right now, late at night, it will be Saturday, August 2nd. It'll be open. Monsters Inc. returns September 3rd. As no, I don't know what it's gonna be. Just normal. It might have a Halloween overlay. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's no monsters in it. That's the Halloween overlay.
Paradise Grill will close on August 22nd or 27th, sorry, and return September 1st. I have Tom Sawyer Island here. I'm still gonna call it that. So. It is closed September 6th through the 9th, or returns on the 9th. Then we have two more. We have Sailing Ship Columbia will be closed the 12th to the 16th of September, and then the Mark Twain September 19th to the 23rd. So those both are getting just a couple days here to get something fixed on it, probably touched up, maybe some paint. That's all I have.
Okay, well, how about check out our chat room while I tell our audience that, they deserve a getaway vacation with Disney. And you go through all these renovations and all these changes and all this speculation about what's coming, and there's a lot of changes in how to plan your visit. Well, there's people who keep track of all that, and that's our friends at Concierge. Concierge.com. That's CONCIEARS.com. Concierge, it's like concierge and mouse ears put together. They're our magical vacation planning partners. That's what they focus on, Disney. So they keep track of all these things. They can make reservations for you. They can take away a lot of the stress of planning your next Disney getaway vacation, whether it's going to be to Disneyland, Walt Disney World, Disney's Alani in Hawaii, Adventures by Disney, the Disney Cruise Line. Our friends at Concierge can handle it. So what you want to do is go to concierge.com. You want to contact them and book a package with them, like a week on the cruise or theme park tickets and a hotel stay. And if you book a package with them, then you can mention that we sent you and get a special gift. So that's, we like Concierge. Lynn does work for Concierge. I've sent my own mother to Concierge more than once. So I'm getting choked up about it. We're just so grateful for their support. And we think they're a great organization, and which is why Lynn actually started working for them. And really, Disney vacations have gotten more and more complicated. Take a lot of that stress out. Go to concierge.com.
Sounds good. Couple comments here.
Yes.
Let's see, where was it? Oh, Bob T had said the language probably came from Bob Chapek, so we're talking about the unfavorables.
Unfavorables.
There's some good ones. Chrissy said the unfavorables will be a new Marvel movie. Script is pending. I like that. A YouTuber, Christine said a YouTuber speculated that maybe the reason for the treehouse is taking so long is they're adding interactive Magic Band elements. Magic Band Plus elements.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because that is supposed to be coming by the end of the year. I mean, we're getting closer to the end of the year, so maybe D23 will. They've done some things before at D23, like kicked off things like. They might say Magic Bands are going on sale tomorrow. They might do something like that.
Right. Line up outside this room for a Magic Band. They might do that. Can you imagine like a special D23 Magic Band that only people who went to the expo can get or whatever? Yeah, filled with popcorn.
With a free popcorn bucket. Yeah.
I'm having fun with their new format, folks. We're doing the show is weekly now. We're doing the current events one week and a main topic the next. Like I said, the next main topic episode is scheduled to be about Tomorrowland. The previous one we did was with Jim Corcus, and it was Disneyland 1972. If you haven't heard it, you need to go back and listen to that. It's easy if you subscribe on places like Apple Podcasts. Of course, in 2 weeks, we'll have another update on current events. We are going to be at D23 Expo. So if you've got tickets or you can get them from a scalper, come see us.
I have some info on that.
Visit our...
I have
what is that?
Info on that.
Oh, good. Let's share some info.
Supposedly, we'll be at booth 206.
206,
and we will be either, it's not totally confirmed, but we'll be under either name. We'll be under either Cyberforce, which is Russell Flores, who we've always shared a booth with. It's a company I think that he had, and but we submitted another name that hopefully will make it. It's called the Disney Book Nerds, and we will be
Disney Book Nerds. What I thought we was going to be the three hunks. You, Russell, and Joshua, and then I would be the one left out. But it would...
no, I don't know.
Oh well.
But Oh, we have just a few more here, and then we'll get going. We got it. It's been going on a while, but we enjoyed it. Christine said they have started putting in Galaxy's Edge Game Station. Bob T said, looking forward to hearing about Tomorrowland. John said, you guys should do a Facebook Live at D23. We'll probably do something live.
We'll do it.
I don't know where it'll be on. It might be Instagram or Facebook. Yeah, one of those. Or it might be YouTube here on this channel. So stay tuned. Subscribe to all those. I'm on the Sweep Spot at Instagram. I'm going to do a lot on that. And then, we have our YouTube channel here. And then, of course, our Facebook group and page. We have both those. Bob T said, long-time listener, first-time caller. Thanks, everyone. This was fun. Yes, it was fun. Thank you for everyone that came out. This was our biggest attended live current events that we've had so far, so that's good. Spread the word. Try to get more next time. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. We will do this next month. I try to...
thank you to our Patreon
supporters. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. You're very helpful to us. So if you want to join everyone here next time when we do this, or get some of the benefits of being a Patreon, you can go to Patreon and search the Sweep Spot, and you can join for $5 or more a month, and you can get access to this live chat while we record and a bonus episode once a month. So
it's great. It's great. It's all the information that you need about the show is at thesweepspot.com. So everything we talk about, that's all there.
Great. Well, thanks a lot, everyone. Had a good time, and we'll talk with everyone next time.
Hello, everyone. This is Eric Johnson with Concy Ears, and welcome to the D180. While Ken and Lynn cover all things Disneyland, in the D180 we take a spin around the rest of the Disney universe, and we do it in 180 seconds. Let's jump right in. We start our journey this week all around the world. Adventures by Disney just announced a large amount of discounted trips to a bevy of locations this fall and winter. In case you missed a few of those Disney lessons in school, Adventures by Disney is the arm of the company that arranges guided tours to some of the world's most coveted locations. ABD is consistently the highest rated experience in the Disney travel world, and it's not hard to figure out why. Each vacation includes expert Disney travel guides who guide you through VIP destinations, arranging unique experiences at every turn. The reason I'm excited about Adventures by Disney this week is because they just released a series of massive discounts throughout the fall and winter. For very select dates, each guest can book these experiences for $350 less than usual. Want to get the VIP treatment in Hollywood and Disneyland? The Southern California experience takes you through Hollywood history, the Jim Henson Studios, Disney Studios, and the Disneyland Resort itself over 6 days and nights. Okay, I get it. Not exotic enough for you. How about 7 days and 6 nights in Costa Rica? For about the same price as the Disneyland excursion, you can go ziplining through a rainforest and explore a volcano site. Too close to home? I hear you. Let's talk 10 days in Australia. Trek across the faraway continent visiting the Great Barrier Reef, Melbourne, and Sydney. All right, that's not long enough. I want my vacation to last. Stay in the same vicinity for a 12-day visit to New Zealand. Immerse yourself in the splendor of this land and learn from the culture of its inhabitants. I hear you, not enough beaches. Okay. Try the Adventures by Disney 12-day trip through Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. Cruise down the real Mekong River, not the one you see on a certain jungle cruise, and spend a few days exploring these ancient lands, enjoying the splendor of their beaches, mountains, and cultural demonstrations. How about trips to Europe? Discounted tours will take you through Italy's classic Roman destinations over 8 days. Tours through Rome, Tuscany, Florence, and Venice are sure to delight over the week-long tour. You could also opt for a week in England and France, visiting Crown Jewels, the Tower of London, and French museums. Wave to the Mona Lisa for me during your private tour of the Louvre. There are so many destinations open at a discounted rate through January 2023. Give your favorite travel planner a call and see if you can pull together the adventure of a lifetime. Phew. Okay, how about some park stuff? Let's go back to that, huh? Epcot announced that some of their fan-favorite tours are also returning this October. Experience the science behind living with the land on the Behind the Seeds tour. This tour is advertised during the ride itself, and it's been a little while since we've been able to go on it. Enjoy Life in the Bubbles with Fish in the Seas with Nemo and Friends on either their scuba experience or a swim with the dolphins experience. All three attractions, land and sea, will be available for booking starting August 22nd for dates beginning in October. If you happen to have a trip scheduled at this time, consider the step up to a VIP tour experience like these. And that's 180 seconds. I hope you enjoyed our quick spin around the rest of the Disney universe. If you would like to learn more about these Disney adventures or just have a few questions, please come on over. Visit the social media and websites of both the Sweep Spot and us, their official travel planners, concierges. We look forward to planning something special for you and your family. I'm Eric Johnson, and this has been your D180.